get it. Yes, sir. What's poppin' with y'all, man? What's up? How y'all doing, man? Welcome back to another motherfucking episode of the Until Further Notice podcast. I am the flyest, highest, coolest, smoothest host of them all. OG Hatch, man. You know the fuck it is, man. What's up with y'all, man? Hope y'all out there looking good, feeling good, staying safe. There's a lot of shit going on out there in the streets. We all know that shit by now. I want to say shout out to everybody around the world that's tapped in, joined the conversation, man. Everybody's a friend of the show, man. I truly appreciate that shit from the bottom of my heart, man. I can't say that shit. I can't stress it enough. You know what I'm saying? I come on here every podcast and I say that shit because I truly appreciate you guys and what you guys are doing for me, and that you guys are tapping in, enjoying the conversation, man, and enjoying the content that I'm creating for you guys. This is episode 32. We are on the grind of 100. The shit don't stop, man. We're going for 100 weeks straight, 100 episodes straight. Each episode, each week, we are striving to get back and keep striving for greatness. So everybody has been tapped in from day one, man. You guys have seen the growth. You guys have seen the development of the show. So once again, man, thank you again for joining the conversation and being along for this journey. This is episode 32. I may do something special for episode 50. Like I said, we are on the grind of 100, so I may do something special for 50. I was trying to wait until 100, but I feel like 50 would be a huge milestone once the podcast reaches that. We got a little ways to go, but these weeks have been going by so fast so far. These weeks have been going by so fast already that shit is just it's kind of becoming a blur. You know what I mean? I didn't think it was already 32 weeks. I mean, that's a long ass motherfucking time, man. So to be doing something for this long so fast, man, it's kind of crazy. So I can really see how when you get tapped into something that you love, you know what I'm saying, time just goes by fast, man. And when you just really focused on the grind, on the craft at hand, and on the task at hand, I should say. But this episode particularly, man, is dedicated to everybody who get up and get out and get a bag, man. Everybody's getting out and getting to it during these tough times, man. All my people that's getting to it, man. Everybody that's getting up and getting dedicated with their mind focused on the task at hand. Just stand dedicated and focused, man. Like I said, 2020 was a crazy year, and 2021 don't seem like it's too motherfucking me different. So everybody who just getting up every day and going out and getting the bag to support themselves and support their family and take care of their responsibilities, man, I'm fucking with you. So I'm rocking with you long ways, man. You are indeed a friend of the show. But like I said, man, it's a lot of shit on the docket, you know what I'm saying? So I ain't gonna hold y'all up too much. These episodes have been pretty long. It's been taking me a long ass time to edit these motherfuckers. I'll be up until like 1, 2 o'clock in the morning every month for me Wednesday night trying to get this shit out for you guys. But I love it. I love the process. I can't complain about it, to be honest with you. I wouldn't be doing shit else but watching some fucking basketball or something or doing some shit I ain't supposed to. So I love this shit, man. But I do come on here, you know, on this podcast. I come on here every week, you know what I'm saying? And I always talk about, you know what I'm saying, how we as a people downplay how much we care about what people feel about us. You know what I'm saying? We always walk around this motherfucker telling we don't care what motherfuckers got to say. I don't give a fuck if a motherfucker like me. That's bullshit. Like I said before, that's bullshit. I was the motherfucker running around saying that shit my whole life. But now that I got a platform, now that I got a podcast, yeah, I want motherfuckers to like me. That's how you get paid, brother. You know what I'm saying? It's all about relationships in this motherfucker. But the main reason why I bring it up, man, is because I think it was last week, if I'm not mistaken, man. There'd be so much shit going on in my life, man. But I think it was last week I came over here and talked about Judas and the Black Messiah. And I was talking about the outstanding job that Daniel Kaluuya and Lakeith Stanfield did in that job in that movie, which I think they did. I think as of right now, I think they're the two men of the hour. I think that's the best movie out right now. Probably movie of the year so far. It's still early, of course. But you would think that in the midst of putting out a project like that for Lakeith Stanfield, that he'll be able to sit back into the limelight to being a Hollywood star and be preparing his next step into his career, a launch into stardom. That's what you would think, because I've seen the development of Lakeith Stanfield. I was first introduced to him watching the show Atlanta. Then you seen him in Get Out. Then you seen him in Sorry to Bother You. And you start seeing him in other little projects and things of that nature. But you starting to see the steady increase in his screen time and his roles that he's getting. So it's nothing but love and peace and you know what I'm saying, and nothing but success for the dude. But it's kind of crazy because when Judas and the Black Messiah came out, you had a lot of people coming out saying that they hated Lakeith Stanfield. He played the role so good that they didn't like him. You know what I'm saying? Or they you know how people motherfuckers give them. Motherfuckers do a role so good that motherfuckers just don't like him. Yeah, a lot of motherfuckers do that with Samuel L. Jackson and Django. A lot of motherfuckers did that. A lot of motherfuckers I know personally had a negative connotation about Samuel L. Jackson after watching him play that role in Django. And I get it, you know what I'm saying? I was like that with the white lady from American Horror Story. I forget what season it was, but she was so motherfucking annoying. I couldn't stand the bitch. But every time I see her, I actually get on my fucking nerves. So I get it. I get it goes both ways. But it's surprising because in this role that Lakeith Stanfield was playing, he was playing a, you know what I'm saying? He was playing a motherfucking me, a sellout to the culture. He was playing a snitch. He was playing a motherfucking me rat. Somebody that got a prominent figure in African American history, you know what I'm saying, gunned down and murdered in his home, and he stopped the movement to the Black Panthers, basically. So Lakeith Stanfield taking on that role in itself is a big step because you already have the people, like I just said. When you play a role so good, they're going to associate that role with you going forward. So no matter how good or bad you do the role, if the movie pop, niggas is going to know you for that. And if you kill the role and you do a damn exceptional job doing that shit, the motherfuckers, you got a lot of motherfuckers going to dislike you for that. Me personally, I just applauded him for the role that he did. I didn't take it that serious because I already knew what the movie was going to be about. I knew the story already. But when you got Lakeith Stanfield, he feed into the social media and people telling him, you know, saying, calling him out, saying shit about his name and shit that's not favoring his name in a positive light. Now you got the nigga releasing videos and shit, waving guns in the mirror at Charlemagne picture with gangster music going in the background. It's like, damn. I already came on here and told y'all a nigga had to go see a therapist after playing that role. It's hard playing a snitch, especially in 2021. We just seen what Tekashi went through. Snitches is enemy number one right now. So it's like for Lakeith Stanfield to take that step, and he already coming out saying he had to go through therapy and shit like that because he's taking on the pressures of that role. Now you got niggas like Charlemagne cracking jokes on a nigga. Now this nigga trying to get some street cred about the shit. So the only reason why I bring it up is like, we gotta stop. You gotta think about the position that nigga's in. He's primed to be one of the next big stars in Hollywood right now. He's in line for that shit. If not this year, it'll be within the next 5 to 6 years. Lakeith Stanfield is on the path to motherfucking be greatness, especially with the diverse roles that he's choosing. So with being in a position like that and still feeding to the bullshit of caring about what motherfuckers is thinking about you to the point where you gonna release a motherfucking me video of waving guns and shit like that. Now, how much of a bag do you think that nigga just fumbled doing some shit like that? Because that's the first thing that stand out to my mind. It's like, nigga, I just seen you on the big screen in the biggest movie of the motherfucking me year. Why are you doing some ignorant gangster stupid shit like this? What are you doing? Like, what are you doing? Please help me. Please help me understand what are you doing. The damn movie just came out. Niggas is still talking about the shit. You still got half the motherfucking world that ain't even seen the shit. So in the middle of this shit, you gonna succumb to the pressures of being a dumbass. You gonna succumb to the pressures of being a dumbass and trying to be gangster and get your street cred to where you waving guns on the internet. Come on, my nigga. Like, come on, what are we doing here? You just took 10 steps forward, then just try to take 100 backwards. I don't get what we doing. But it's like motherfuckers gotta stop acting like they don't care what motherfuckers feel about them. Cause in my mind, if he didn't care about what motherfuckers was feeling about him, he wouldn't have been posting videos of him waving guns in the mirror and shit like that. Now when you was just in the biggest movie release of the year. Now when you just did that. Now when your career look like it's finna go up here. What the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck? But it's like, sometimes I just don't understand why niggas don't be real with themselves. And I think a lot of times, that's when motherfuckers fall off the cliff. Motherfuckers don't be self-aware of themselves. I always consider myself, I go through mental health shit. I go through a lot of shit in my life. I got a lot of stress on my shoulders right now. But one thing I've always taken pride in is that I'm very self-aware. The things that I can control, I control that shit. If I know I give a fuck about how a lot of motherfuckers feel about me, I'm gonna make sure I'm more conscious about that shit. Cause the more you try to lie about that shit, your actions ain't gonna never match up with your words. You gonna keep running around this motherfucker screaming, you don't give a fuck what motherfuckers gotta say. But everything that you do and all the actions that you take, it's gonna implement a motherfucker who's doing the most. Cause at this point in time, Lakeith Stanfield is doing the motherfucking most. What are you doing? You ain't even holding, you ain't waving guns like that in the damn movie. But you waving that shit in your bathroom mirror? Come on, my nigga. You got to do better, my nigga. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying, man. He up in polls now. This shit is crazy. But moving on, man. I do want to get into a topic that broke yesterday. It was the biggest news that I wanted to come on here and talk about the podcast about. It was about the Tiger Woods car crash, man. You know, when the news came across about the Tiger Woods car crash, I'm not gonna lie to you. I had to sit down and watch the live news coverage. I don't really watch news like that. I was on YouTube and I was browsing through YouTube and happened to see the clip, and I was like, damn, I seen all these motherfucking Tiger Woods videos lined up next to each other. So I'm like, I'm thinking Tiger pulled out a Masters or some shit. I'm thinking Tiger finna do some historic shit. But it turns out using the car crash. Even know the story about Tiger Woods, you know anything about Tiger Woods off the course in his personal life, Tiger Woods has been involved in a few motor vehicle incidents. You know what I'm saying? You got the incident that kicked off the scandal. You know what I mean? You got the DUI incident. You got a lot of people bringing up the DUI incident. I really don't think it's fair. Just because we don't know what the fuck happened with this car crash. You know what I'm saying? There's not enough information out. And quite honestly, I don't really give a fuck what happened. I don't care why the car crash even took place. I'm just happy that Tiger Woods is alive and breathing. Because he is a legend. You know what I mean? I came on here a few episodes ago and I was telling you guys about, I discussed the Tiger Woods documentary and things like that. And I gave my piece about Tiger Woods and how I felt about the sport of golf and things of that nature. But the one thing that stood out to me about that is because about watching that documentary and even listening back to the podcast when I was discussing the topic is that, it's very few people that, has walked this earth that has the opportunity to bridge the gap. You know what I'm saying? To bridge cultures and bridge the races of people together. It's very few people that can do that shit. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times, and nowadays, in today's day and age, a lot of those times are athletes. You know what I'm saying? Kobe did it. You got motherfuckers Tiger Woods, Jordan, you know what I'm saying? LeBron, Steph Curry, you know what I'm saying? The huge stars in these sports leagues, a lot of times they are the gap bridgers. You know what I'm saying? They are the gatekeepers of this shit, so to speak, because sports, in a way, you know what I'm saying, unifies people. You know what I'm saying? Sports to me is one of the most diverse things in the world because no matter your skin color, no matter what the fuck is going on, once you get in between those lines, you can easily get fucked up. It ain't hard to tell who's better. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's the thing about sports. I think music does it as well. At a certain point in time, if you can make good fucking music, motherfuckers gonna listen to that shit. So I always say it's very few people who walk this earth who can bridge people, who can bring people together like that. And like I said, with Tiger Woods' own dad thought he was gonna be a fucking messiah, and he was fucking right. You've never seen a following, you know what I'm saying, like Tiger Woods had from one athlete, not in golf at least. You know what I'm saying? All them people following Tiger Woods like that man was a fucking legend. He is a living legend. And to think that in 2021 we was coming this close to possibly losing Tiger Woods, just how in the beginning of 2020 we lost Kobe, it's like these years is not too much different, fam. To go from the Tiger Woods thing to see you have to get rescued from the car, from the jaws of life. When you see the footage and the photos of the car, the shit looks scary, man. I came on her last episode and I told you about me being in a car accident. That's some of the scariest shit. That's the scariest shit I've ever been in my life. A car accident is something because you're out of control at that point. A car is probably the most dangerous thing in the world. A lot of motherfuckers don't think about it like that because we use them motherfuckers so much, we use them so often. You know what I'm saying? They're easy to operate and things like that. But when you really sit back and think about it, a car is a deadly motherfucking vehicle. That's a deadly motherfucking machine. And with shit like that, it's like at any point in time, it can just be over. You know what I'm saying? At this point in time, we don't know how the fuck Tiger Woods ended up in that car crash. We don't know. It was a singular vehicle. It was a singular vehicle car crash. We don't know what the fuck happened. You know, so I don't want to speculate. You guys watching the news and you got motherfuckers bringing up his DUI pass and things like that. I get it. You got to talk about the whole story. But I think at this point in time, it's just not fair to bring that shit up. It could have easily been a motherfucking car malfunction. It could have easily been some shit like that. It could have easily been a motherfucking little squirrel in a motherfucking road. And nigga swerved and shit went haywire. It could have been anything. But to me, I just don't think at this point in time it's fair to bring up the DUI. Because at this point in time, you bring up a nigga dark past. You know what I'm saying? We all know the story about the DUI. You know, he wasn't even drunk. It was just off the medication he was on. And still the law called it DUI. But it's like at this point in time, my nigga, the nigga's still in surgery. Let the nigga heal up at least. You know what I'm saying? I just think sometimes it's too soon with the shit, man. The car looked pretty bad. They said his injuries range from anywhere from moderate to critical. He had a few surgeries on his ankles and shit like that. The one thing that really stood out to me when I first got the news about the Tiger Woods shit, I'm not even gonna lie to y'all, man. Because I did come on here and I talked about the documentary, how I felt like the documentary was really showing Tiger Woods in a negative light, when I kind of felt like Tiger Woods was getting his life back on track. Like I say, he just won a Masters. I think that was back in 2018, if I'm not mistaken. And then he got him out showing him with his son and shit like that. And Tiger looked good. You got Tiger showing up to all these little Masters events, basically putting his hand on the shoulders of the next generation and bridging that gap as well. So Tiger was already looking good, bro. And I kind of feel like the documentary is kind of taking shots at his rebranding, so to speak. And to think that, just a few weeks later, that Tiger got the car accident, like I said, I don't want to come over here and speculate and things like that because I don't want to misuse my platform like that. But I would be ignorant if I would be lying to you guys if I didn't think to myself at one point in time after seeing he was in that car accident that the documentary didn't have something to do with that. Because you gotta think, man, this is Tiger Woods, bro. He's already been through scandals. We've already seen how he reacts to his image being tinkered with. We've already seen this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like I told y'all, all Tiger Woods really had to say was, this is a private matter. Like, that's all he had to say. But instead of doing that, the nigga turned this whole thing into a big-ass scandal because he was afraid of his image being tinkered with. And in my mind, if I'm thinking, okay, if his image got tinkered when he went through that big-ass debacle, and now he just now getting his shit back on track, to me, I'm thinking, okay, Tiger probably thinking he's good now. He probably thinking he's back on track. He don't got to worry about shit, but just focus on golf and being healthy. But at this point in time, his brand was getting back to being Tiger Woods because he was getting back being better at golf. The nigga was winning Masters and shit again. Like I said, when you win it, motherfuckers don't care about that other shit no more. All that other shit just become noise in the background. So when Tiger got back to winning the Masters, it was like, all right, don't nobody care about that scandal no more. Don't nobody care about them injuries you just had in the last couple of years. Nigga, Tiger is back. So it's the thing, in my mind, in my warped, fucked up mind, for this documentary to come out, throwing him in a negative light, and for him to get into a bad car accident a few weeks later, like I said, man, the dots ain't that motherfucker me far apart, dog. Like, it don't take a fucking rocket scientist to try to put these two things together. It just really don't. We've seen this nigga be vulnerable to the motherfucker and succumb to the pressures of the media and how motherfuckers feel about his image. We've seen it before. We've seen it. Like, I love Tiger. I love him. But we've seen it. You know what I'm saying? And it just wouldn't surprise me if that documentary played even a tiny factor into what the fuck is going on, into that man's mentality right now. You never know what the fuck is going on. So at this point in time, man, I just want to say get well soon, Tiger. At this point in time, with these extensive leg injuries and these extensive surgeries due to his legs and things like that, at his old age, you don't know. You never know when you're going to see him back on the course and things like that, man. At this point, you just want to say get well soon. Sometimes, man, you need some dramatic shit to happen in your life, man, to remind you that it's a lot of shit bigger than golf. It's a lot of shit bigger than the motherfucker's occupation, what you know them for. Life is life, man. That man got a family. That man got kids. That man got generations of people that he's inspired. That man is a living legend. Last thing we need is for Tiger Woods to lose his life or Tiger Woods to go through any more turmoil or anything like that. I think at this point in time, as a black community, as a culture, we just need to chill the fuck out and watch some other motherfuckers wild out. That's all we need, dog, for real. Moving on, man. Moving on. What we gonna get into? Let's get into Meek Mill, bro. Let's get into Meek Mill and the Kobe Bryant lyric, bro. Let's go and get into that shit, man. I'm gonna be honest with y'all, man. I'm a Kobe guy. You know what I'm saying? I come on here, I talk about the shit all the time. I'm a Laker guy. Kobe played my whole life until the time he retired. I'm a Kobe guy. It's my favorite player of all time. And I fuck with Meek Mill, too. I love hip-hop. I talk about hip-hop all the time on this podcast. I gotta be honest with you guys, man. Meek Mill took about a backlash for the Kobe Bryant line, talking about if he'd ever lack, he'd go out with his chopper, it'd be another Kobe and shit like that. And it took a lot of backlash from the shit, from a lot of people on social media and a lot of people in the industry and a lot of people, period. I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I didn't give a fuck. It's hip-hop, bro. I've heard so many bars about so many people that hadn't passed away. I've heard so many other crazy-ass bars that motherfuckers just didn't have a problem with. Now, my only beef with it's not even a beef. My only thing with the bar, it just wasn't a good bar. If the shit was hard, motherfuckers really wouldn't give a fuck. Now, I do think Kobe is one of those people that, Kobe's one of those people that you just really can't shit on. You know what I'm saying? You can't shit on Kobe. A lot of motherfuckers shit on Kobe when Kobe was alive. That was, as a Kobe fan, as a true Laker fan, Kobe got shit on a lot as he was living. You know what I'm saying? But when Kobe passed away, it's like a sacred. It's just sacredness on Kobe's name. You can't. It's too soon. The way Kobe passed away, it's just too soon. You know what I'm saying? And I understand shit like that. But at that particular time, once I heard the snippet of the song and I seen Meek Mill's lyric, I didn't really give a fuck what nobody had to say but Vanessa Bryant. At that particular time, I just wanted to see what Vanessa Bryant had to say in regards to the bar, if she was even going to respond to it. Because like I said, this is hip hop, bro. Like I understand that it's in 2021 and we're in a different time and age that motherfuckers is soft. I get it. The older I get, the softer the world get, bro. It's like, you know what it is? You know when we was all younger and motherfuckers said, be careful who you pick on, because the little kid you pick on gonna end up being the boss one day. Motherfuckers wasn't lying. That's truly what the fuck I see all around this motherfucker. If you look at all the motherfuckers that's in prime position or they got power over shit, you can look at them motherfuckers and tell they was getting their ass beat in school. Them niggas was getting bullied. As a grown ass man, as a 25-year-old man, I can tell you, that was never a point in time in my life a nigga bullied me. What? You know what I'm saying? But when you look at all these motherfuckers, even look at your boss at work. Look at your fucking boss at work. And look that nigga in his eye. Look that woman in her eye. And ask yourself, did they get bullied as a kid? I bet the answer is yes. And that's why everything is so motherfucking me soft. Because the motherfuckers in charge was getting their ass whooped as kids. So that's what the fuck I see going on. But in regards to the back to the bar, and back to what Meek Mill said, we're in a different time and age, bro. Hip hop is going soft. Culture is going soft. Everything has to be PC. So I really didn't give a fuck what nobody had to say but Vanessa Bryant. She has come out and she did respond to Meek Mill. I will read that on air for you guys. She said, Dear Meek Mill, I find this line to be extremely insensitive and disrespectful, period. I am not familiar with any of your music, but I believe you can do better than this. If you are a fan, fine. There's a better way to show your admiration for my husband. This lacks respect and tact. To me, personally, she's one of the very few people that can feel like that. I'm sorry, not feel like that before it to be taken seriously. If you're not a friend or a family member of Kobe Bryant, then your opinion really shouldn't have no impact on how Meek Mill felt about using that lyric. To be me being completely honest, as a rapper, as a battle rapper, nah, man. That's like a motherfucking be comedian cracking jokes. What, you gonna be mad at a comedian for cracking jokes? It's the same shit motherfuckers was doing with Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson was the butt of everybody motherfucking me jokes when he was alive and shit, when he was white and shit. He was the butt of everybody motherfucking jokes. But then when he died, it's like it put some sacredness on that nigga name. You know what I'm saying? It's just, I get it. Some people just cross over to a certain level to where, hey man, they legends. You know what I'm saying? So when they die, the amount of people that's hurt on that shit, they gonna ride for that shit. But at a certain point in time, we have to realize, bro, this is hip hop. You know what I'm saying? That's a play on words. The chopper that Meek Mill talking about is not the chopper that, you know what I'm saying, that took down Kobe, Gigi, and the other passengers in the helicopter. Like I said, I just think the bar wasn't good. If the bar was hard, come on, my nigga. Niggas wouldn't really care. We'd just say it's too soon. But he wouldn't receive the amount of backlash that he received, in my personal opinion. And like I said, I love Kobe Bryant to death. But if it wasn't Kobe Bryant, that wouldn't be me. That's just my honest opinion. When my father being murdered at the age of 3, that I looked for key individuals in life that I felt I related to. And Kobe Bryant, I feel like I related to somebody I can look to, I can admire. His Mamba mentality has gotten me through regular day life, all my fucking life. I know Mamba mentality is because it's phrased now, it's catchy now. But that, if you've been a Kobe Bryant fan, if you've been a fan of the game, you've seen Mamba mentality for motherfucking 20 years of his career. You know what I'm saying? You didn't need to put words with that shit. You know what I'm saying? It was just a way of living. So without Kobe Bryant, there wouldn't be an OG Hush. There wouldn't be an Until Further Notice podcast. So at no point in time am I going to try to downplay what Meek Mill is saying. I get why people are mad. And I get why Vanessa Bryant was mad. She has every right to be mad. Anybody who's associated with Kobe Bryant has a right to be mad. Any fan of Kobe Bryant has a right to be mad. But none of those should hold value unless you're Vanessa Bryant or if you're Kobe Bryant's parents or some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Because this is hip-hop at the end of motherfucking me day. It's just a play on words, my nigga. That's all it is. I don't think he should have received the amount of backlash he got in regards to that. I do think Meek Mill's the type of guy that probably remove those bars from that song, man, just because Vanessa Bryant did speak her piece. He did come out after that and he said that he reached out to her privately and expressed his condolences and things like that and apologized. So, like I said, I don't think Meek Mill meant anything malicious about that. at this point in time, Meek Mill is just starting to turn into one of those rappers that's easy to dislike. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times Meek Mill do some super wild, corny shit. You know what I'm saying? And motherfuckers just be on his ass. And I don't even be thinking it'd be that bad, but like I said, Meek Mill is slowly transitioning to one of those rappers and one of those individuals that no matter what the fuck he does, motherfuckers just gonna find something to say about the shit. Once you beef with certain niggas, you really ain't no coming back from that shit. He gotta wait for Drake to fall completely off for Meek Mill to ever try to get some positive light, because Drake just too big, bro. Once his fans see you as a corny ass nigga, motherfuckers can't take you back. They can't take you back after that, Meeky. You know what I'm saying? But moving on, man, I want to get into something, man. I seen it was some news that broke about Donald Glover. He reportedly signed an 8-figure deal with Amazon Studios. I didn't even know Amazon had a fucking studio, to be honest with you. But he signed an 8-figure deal with Amazon Studios. And the reason why I wanted to bring that up, man, because, I work in the corporate world. You know what I mean? And they started, like, I work in the corporate world. You know what I'm saying? I work for a big bank. I don't want to say their name on the podcast and things like that, because it's really fucked them for real. It's really fucked them people for real. But in the corporate world, you know what I'm saying, working in this space, you start to see, as the years go by, as technology, you know what I'm saying, advances and increases and things that it can do, you start to see a lot of people get weeded out. You know what I'm saying? So it's always best to be multifaceted and know multiple things and know everything about everything. You know what I'm saying? Pretty much. When you're dealing with the corporate world, because it's easy to get weeded out. You know what I'm saying? They bringing up all these machines and technologies and programs to really do a lot of jobs that they had a lot of people on hand doing that shit. So it's always best to know multiple shit. And I'm starting to see that in Hollywood, man, because it's starting to pay off to be really multifaceted. I bring up Donald Glover because on past episodes I talked about Jamie Foxx being the most talented man in Hollywood. I do think Donald Glover is probably 1A, 1B, however you want to say it. I think Donald Glover is, for the new age dudes, is probably the most talented dude in Hollywood. From acting, comedy, writing shit, you know what I'm saying, singing, making music, all that shit. Donald Glover is nothing short of phenomenal when it comes to anything artistic. The nigga, he just got it. Some niggas just got it. You know what I'm saying? But just how Chris Brown can dance, sing, and play basketball. What the fuck? What the fuck, nigga? Chill out. You know what I'm saying? It's just some niggas got it, bro. Some niggas just got it. And Donald Glover is one of those niggas that just got it. To sign an 8-figure deal with Amazon Studios, man. It just shows, it just pays to be on multiple things at once. I just wanted to make sure I brought it up on the podcast, man. Shout out to Donald Glover for signing a motherfucker. You don't even hear a lot of motherfucking deals go out like that. You hear a lot of 6-figure deals and shit like that. Before they just come out saying nigga signed an 8-figure deal, come on, man. It's nothing but salute. I want Atlanta season 3 though. That's the only thing I'm waiting on, my nigga. I don't think we ever gonna get Atlanta season 3 just because everybody from that show is popping, bro. Donald Glover popping, Lakeith Stanfield popping, Zazie Bates is fucking popping, motherfucking me. What's my nigga name? Doughboy. The nigga that played Doughboy is popping. He's supposed to be in a fucking Marvel movie or some shit like that as a superhero. That's a gay superhero if I'm not mistaken. So it's like that whole cast is just, they all eating right now. So I don't know when we gonna get Atlanta season 3, to be honest with you. But that's what the streets is waiting on, my nigga. You gave us 2 seasons and dip. Like, what the fuck? Nigga gave us 2 seasons Atlanta and dip. That shit is crazy as fuck. Alright, moving on, man. Let's get into the undercover agent on this deathbed who had finally admitted that the FBI and the NYPD had something to do with killing Malcolm X. Duh! Who the fuck you think he telling that to? We knew that shit though. Like I don't understand like why motherfuckers act like we didn't already know that shit, man. Like, come on, man, quit the bullshit, man. We knew that shit already. That's like the lady who was on her deathbed that told us that Emmett Till was lying all these years later. What the fuck does that shit do for us now? See, the only reason why I got beef with motherfuckers trying to get shit off their chest like this on their deathbed is because they feel like they getting a burden off their motherfucking shoulders, or they getting some shit off their chest and they forgiving and shit like that. Like, nah, bitch ass nigga, you was a bitch ass nigga back then, you a bitch ass nigga now. What the fuck is you talking about? What the fuck is your confession gonna do for us right now? We knew y'all was some shiesty shitty motherfuckers back then. You some shiesty shitty motherfuckers now. Fuck is you talking about? But it was just crazy to me that was circulating around this news, and that motherfuckers was talking about that shit. And it's not like motherfuckers that right there was not gonna change white people's opinions on Malcolm X. That wasn't gonna change the people that believe that the FBI, white people, and NYPD didn't have nothing to do with killing Malcolm X in the first place. They gonna brush that shit under the rug, bro, like they do everything else, bro. Don't give me these late ass confessions. That shit don't do nothing for us. We knew this shit already. We knew y'all didn't like that. That's why I say they have a problem with a powerful black voice. Where do you think we got that? Where do you think we got that evidence from, motherfucker? We didn't need you to tell us shit on your way out. Fuck is you talking about, nigga? But it's like it was just crazy to me that was news, and it's like motherfuckers always feel like when they doing some shit like that, they get some shit off their chest, and that they burden is gone before they on their way out. Like, nah, nigga, fuck you. For me to you, disrespectfully, you know what I'm saying? Fuck you, and you can ride in that black hole, bitch. Fuck you. We doing this for Malcolm. We doing this for fucking Malcolm, man. And the only reason why I really want to bring it up, man, is because it ties into a bunch of other shit that I've seen, a bunch of other news, unfortunate news that I've seen after I seen that deathbed confession from that undercover agent. Something that I seen was in regards to an 18-year-old man. His name was Rodney Reese. Down there, he was walking home from his work, from working at Walmart during the Texas lockdown. You know what I'm saying? He was walking home and he was being harassed. Let's call it what it was. He was being harassed by officers, asking where he was going. While the little dude was just trying to get to the crib, bro. You know what I'm saying? And it was really crazy because when you see that shit circulating around on the internet, you see shit like that circulating around on Twitter, and you see other people post their comments and stuff like that. I had to catch myself from really just going at a few people on there because a lot of people were saying all this could have been avoided because Rodney Reese ultimately ended up spending the night in jail just for trying to get home. A lot of people was just trying to say he could have just stopped and talked to the police. If you haven't seen the video, I encourage you to go see the video because I think that video shows a lot about what people need to learn about the law. By law, you are not required, you know what I'm saying, to talk to officers and give your information over to officers. By law, you are not required to do that. You know what I'm saying? And I think a lot of times, in the African American culture, a lot of times when we see the police, we automatically just we comply. You know what I'm saying? Because we know where the shit can go. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, motherfuckers is just trying to get to the crib. But on the flip side, when you see, you know what I'm saying, a lot of times when there's an officer having an altercation with a Caucasian person, a white person, the white person can say whatever the fuck they want. They can have an attitude. They can yell. They can do whatever the fuck they want. They can probably do that shit for a good 5-10 minutes before officer actually get mad at some shit. If that nigga start sweating. But in this video, when you see Rodney Reese just trying to walk home, coming home from work, you know what I'm saying, 18-year-old in the middle of the Texas shutdown, working at Walmart, just walking home. And they told me they wanted to stop him because he was walking in the street. You know what I'm saying? And you got all these people on Twitter and all these people on the internet telling him all he had to do was just stop and talk to police. He didn't have to do that. He was doing nothing fucking wrong. Imagine just walking home and motherfuckers just trying to ask you questions all of a sudden. Nigga, I ain't finna talk to you. Nigga, it's cold out here. What the fuck are you talking about? It's fucking freezing out here, bitch. I'm trying to go home. I ain't did shit wrong. Leave that little nigga alone. And the simple fact he had to do a night in jail, and you see in the video, the little dude, he's so young, he telling the cops, he's like, look, I have an attitude problem. Please don't touch me. I'm just trying to get home. The little dude trying to do everything he can just to get home. It's some of the saddest shit ever, man, because I have a little brother, bro, who's around that age. You know what I'm saying? So when you see shit like that, to where you see an 18-year-old black boy doing everything he can just to get the fuck home, he still ended up going to jail, and he's lucky that that's all that happened. Like, that's the world that motherfuckers is living in. Like, this is the real motherfucking me world, bro. In the middle of a motherfucking me Texas shutdown, freezing fucking temperatures. They want you to sit there and talk to them and you ain't did shit. That's the world we living in. You walking in the middle of the street just trying to get to the crib. You crossing the street and they stopping you for shit. And that's going to lead into the next topic I'm going to get into. Motherfuckers just crossing the street. Motherfuckers crossing the street. Fuck you doing stopping Rodney Reese and motherfucking me. You ain't say shit about them niggas that stormed Capitol Hill. You know what I'm saying? Just like Jay-Z said, you let them motherfuckers storm your Capitol Hill and put their foot on your desk and you saying something to me, I done lost all my little respect. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's real shit. Fuck is you doing stopping me? And I'm walking home from work. But it's like, that's the world that we live in, bro. This is the real fucking world, bro. Motherfuckers need to really tap in. When you got motherfuckers like younger siblings and shit like that who ain't really had them encounters with the police. I've had encounters with the police. I'm a big dude. My little brother's a big dude. That nigga got a lot of shit coming in. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of shit he need to get prepared for being a big nigga in this world. Motherfuckers always talking about how they want to be big and shit. Rodney Reach wasn't no little nigga. This was an 18-year-old big ass little boy. So yeah, he's gonna be experiencing this shit for the rest of his motherfucking time on this earth. It's unfortunate, but that's just the way. That's the life we live. This is the real world. And in this fucked up world, this 18-year-old young man walking home from work, my nigga, in freezing fucking temperatures, cuz. And cops just want to stop and talk to him. Fuck you want to talk to me for? But like I said, in that particular time, man, you just happy that he only got the night in jail. Because unfortunately, it leads into the next topic of Kurt Reinhold. Rest in peace to Kurt Reinhold. I send my prayers and condolences to his family, his friends and family, anybody who knew that man. Kurt Reinhold was an unarmed 42-year-old father who was fatally shot by California police for jaywalking, bro. Like I said, niggas is just crossing the streets, bro. And when I laugh, it's not a laugh because the shit is funny. It's a laugh. You gotta laugh to stop yourself from crying, bro. Like, motherfuckers, think about how many times you cross the motherfucking me street, cuz. And like I said, this ain't no podcast where niggas come over here and get super deep and super sentimental. But it is a podcast where I come in and be real with y'all, bro. Like, we niggas at the end of the day, fam. I'm in the house right now. I'm feeling a little bit comfortable. You know what I'm saying? But if I go outside and I start walking across streets, goddamn, it's a Walgreens right across. You know what I'm saying? All I want is a motherfucker some brisket and hot fries. Brisket and hot fries. That's all I want. And motherfuckers are scared to get that. Motherfuckers just crossing streets, bro. Just crossing streets. 42 years old, man. The older I get in life, man, I start to realize, man, 40 is not old. When I was younger, man, I used to think, you know what I'm saying, 30 and shit was old as fuck. Nigga, I'm 25. And I feel like my life is just now starting to start. You know what I'm saying? I don't even feel like the shit I was doing before meant shit for real. I feel like all the shit I'm doing right now, I'm starting to do some meaningful shit in life. So by the time motherfucker hit 40, I mean, you just now getting shit popping. For the most part, if you're doing it right. And that's all opinionated as well. But it's my podcast, bitch. But it's just sad, man. It truly is sad. This is the real fucking world, man. To where you can see all the you can see the shit if you really just pay attention. If you just lock in on the shit and just focus, you can see the bullshit. You can see shit clear as motherfucking me day. They stopping motherfuckers from walking in the street. They shooting motherfuckers for jaywalking. Nigga was walking in some Jordans. No, I'm just playing. I don't mean to be insensitive, but for real, jaywalking, fam. Simply just jaywalking. But it was only one motherfucking me shot on Capitol Hill. Okay. Like I said, man. I don't condone violence, bro. I don't condone violence. But the only motherfucking me answer to violence is violence, bro. Niggas can't even walk the streets, fam. Niggas couldn't go get Skittles. Niggas couldn't go get Rellos. Niggas can't even walk the streets. What the fuck? When this motherfucker's gonna tap in and say, all right, enough is enough? Think about that shit. Niggas can't go get Skittles. Niggas can't go get blunts. And niggas can't fucking cross the street. Alright? Y'all gonna get enough of me talking about, because until I see some change, I'm gonna come on this motherfucker every week and say the only answer to violence is fucking violence. You motherfuckers can keep talking and singing Kumbaya if you want to. You can keep reading that book if your motherfucking ass want to. The real is the real. The only answer to violence is violence. Some niggas gotta go. Hey, sometimes niggas gotta go. Motherfucking me, fuck all that bullshit motherfuckers be talking about. Until motherfuckers come to me talking about some real shit, don't come talking to me. Don't come talking to Hatch, bro. Because I'm letting you know what I'm on. I'm letting you know. Hello. You know what I'm saying? That just truly is. It just truly is a fucked up situation, man. Like I said, I want to send prayers and condolences to Kurt Reinhold's family, friends and family. Like I said, at any point in time, I don't mean to be insensitive. Sometimes you gotta laugh to keep yourself from crying, man. Because like I said, I'm 25 years old. I got a little brother, man, 18 years old. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I'm seeing things in a different light. You know what I'm saying? You seeing 18-year-olds getting stopped for just walking down the damn street from leaving work. My little brother got a job. You know what I'm saying? But it's like a lot of times motherfuckers don't sit back and think about how it can easily be them. Like, so I've been pulled over. You know what I'm saying? And the cop coming to the window clutching the pistol already. I done been pulled over and the motherfucker, they putting you in cuffs and 2 sets of handcuffs. Well, you ain't did shit but sit there and talk nice a bit to the nice white man. Talk about sports and shit. You start talking about sports and shit and compliment on them busted ass sneakers, and they still put you in 2 sets of handcuffs. But that's the real world, fam. Niggas just gotta accept. No, this is the real world. The only time this shit gonna change is we implement that motherfucker be changed. Motherfuckers don't change on their own. How many motherfuckers you know change on their own? Huh? You know what I'm saying? How many motherfuckers you know change on their own? And then when you talk about some drastic shit, like some racist shit, the balance of power type shit, okay. You keep waiting on motherfuckers to change they want to. I thought you niggas love Game of Thrones. I thought you motherfuckers love Game of Thrones. Do motherfuckers give up the balance of power like that? Nah. No. It doesn't happen like that. No. You know what I'm saying? But that's just how I feel about the situation, man. I don't want to drag it on too long, man. Because I understand, man, sometimes it can come up like I'm ranting on subjects and shit like that. When I'm really not ranting, man. I'm really not even upset about the topic, man. It's just my opinion. It's like at a certain point in time, motherfuckers got to wake up. Like, the unifying protest of George Floyd, the whole world. Everybody running around talking about what's the first time we got the white man ear. We ain't never had it like this. What the fuck happened? Breonna Taylor. That was just a week or two later, a couple weeks later. And it's still motherfuckers getting gunned down in the middle of the streets for nothing. For nothing. Jacob Blake. For nothing. So it's like, at a certain point in time, motherfuckers gotta wake up, bro. Every time I come on the podcast and I start talking about that shit, the numbers go down and shit like that. I don't give a fuck about that shit no more, bro. At a certain point in time, motherfuckers gotta stand up for what they believe in. Like I said, Fred Hampton was 21 years old, my nigga. He was 21 years old. At a certain point in time, you gotta look at shit and then you gotta look in the mirror and ask, what the fuck are you doing? Because I can only imagine what the fuck Fred Hampton would be doing if he was still here. Motherfuckers be talking about what the fuck Tupac would be doing if he was still here. What the fuck would Fred Hampton be doing if he was still here? That's the real fucking question. That's the shit I be talking about. Fuck, rest in peace, Tupac. Number praise to Tupac. I love you some Tupac. I love me some Tupac. But niggas always running around this motherfucker talking about what the fuck would Tupac be doing if he was still alive? What the fuck would Biggie be doing if he was still alive? Motherfucker, what the fuck would Fred Hampton be doing if he was still alive? Because I know what the fuck he was doing at 21. That's what I'm saying. Niggas need to open their fucking eyes, bro. Oh, just open your eyes. I'm here for you. You know what I'm saying? I'm truly here for you, man. But moving on, man. Let's get into Kanye West a little. Like I said, my transitions are horrible. They like gumbo style, but this whole podcast will just be random as a motherfucker. I be coming up with a whole list and structure of the podcast, but I never follow it. I never follow that shit, bro. I always feel more comfortable when I just run off the list in my head, bro. But let's get into Kanye West, man. You know, it was reported that Kanye West and Kim Kardashian, divorce was filed. We have been hearing rumblings about this, you know what I'm saying, for the last couple months and shit like that. I really don't like getting into storylines like this because I feel like some chatty patty bullshit. I feel like it's just some little girl bullshit. I don't really give a fuck about who getting married and who getting divorced like that. The only reason why I really want to bring it up on the podcast is because, you know, man, I don't think I've ever met somebody who's called out their life like that, like Kanye. Well, I never met Kanye, let me say that, but I've never seen someone call out their life the way Kanye did. Like me personally, I've always, when I was growing up as a kid, I always said when I turned 25, I felt like that's when my prime would begin to start. I always felt I have a long ass prime, but I always felt my prime would start at 25. And kind of in a weird way, I kind of feel like my life is taking an uptick now once I turn 25. I feel like my world is getting a lot bigger. Shit is going up. I ain't gonna fake it. You know what I'm saying? But that's as far as I've gotten. I'm only 25. The other shit that I'm foreshadowing in my life hasn't come to fruition yet. But Kanye West, the good, bad, and the ugly, everything this nigga said has come true. Everything. I've never seen anything quite like that. Like motherfucker, I've always had I've always frowned upon when motherfuckers said easily call motherfuckers geniuses because they make good music. Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to be a hater and say motherfuckers ain't geniuses when they make top tier art. Because I get music is art. You know what I mean? But I just think we throw the word genius around too motherfucking me loose. Just because a nigga put a beat together, god damn, we gonna call him a genius? But when I really start thinking about Kanye West, bro, I think about all the shit that he foreshadowed about his life and all the shit that actually came true. And you think about all the shit he has accomplished in life, it's like, okay, this nigga might be a genius. I don't fuck with this nigga, but he might be a genius. And what really got me there is when I really went back and listened to his song, and he was talking about gold digger and shit like that, and talking about getting on and leaving motherfuckers for white girls and shit like that. That's what's going on with him and Kim. Because Kim is definitely white. Kim is definitely white. I don't give a fuck how much plastic in them hips. I don't care how much plastic in that ass. And I don't care how much motherfucking tan she got on that skin. She's definitely white. And they're getting divorced. He got 4 kids by her. Now, Kim Kardashian got her own money, my nigga. But do I think if they get divorced, Kanye finna leave this shit unscathed? Fuck nah. She got 4 kids by this nigga. 4. I put up 8 like a mother. But she got 4 kids by this nigga, fam. So everything that nigga said in that song Gold Digger is entirely true. He got on, left a bitch for a white girl. She gonna take all this nigga money. This shit is crazy. Like, this nigga really called this shit. Like, is he gonna be broke after this? No, I don't think he gonna be broke after this. But is she gonna hit this nigga pockets if this shit go through? Fuck yes, you fucking right. 4 kids? And they all under the age of what, 10? Oh, man. He finna pump out albums like No Limit back in the day, bro. Trust me. It's finna be Yeezy shoes all over this bitch. Kanye, he finna need them bags, bro. It's simple math. It's simple fucking math. Run. Hey, he better run. That nigga better pull a Russell Simmons, bro. Yeah, and then Kim was talking about the final straw is when Kanye West was trying to run for president in a few years. Look, I don't know who this bitch thinks she talking to. I don't know if she think I'm stupid or something. No, bitch. The reason you trying to divorce this nigga is you got locked in quarantine with that stupid ass nigga. She got locked in quarantine with that goof troop ass nigga. That man is the official goofy, man. Kanye West is an official goofy. She got locked in quarantine with that nigga and now she's striking for a divorce. I'm not surprised. Yeah, y'all was on the road all the time, barely seeing each other and shit like that, I bet. Yeah, life happened. The world stopped. Now you in a room with that nigga 24/7? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know. Divorce is imminent. But really, man, I really don't have too much to say about that, man. At the end of the day, they got a beautiful family. You know what I'm saying? I wish nothing but the best. But I know the real. I don't know who that bitch thinks she talking to, who she fooling, who she thinks she fooling. But that's the real. She got locked in the room with that goof troop ass nigga, man. Kanye West is the goofy ass nigga. She found that out. She really had to find out the hard way on some real shit. But moving on, man. Let's do some quick hits before we wrap the podcast up, man. Let's dive into sports right quick. Here's the All-Star list. The All-Star team will released for the Eastern Conference and the Western Conference. There's a lot of stuff going on here and there. A lot of people talking about who got snubbed and things like that. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't really think nobody got snubbed. I know a lot of people talking about the Devin Booker angle and thing like that and how he should have been an All-Star. If you don't, Anthony Davis is not playing, bro. So I'm pretty sure Devin Booker will be the all-star replacement for Anthony Davis. That's just how it goes. You had to give Chris Paul the all-star nod because of what he done for Phoenix. Yeah, Devin Booker numbers might be crazy, but you can't take away Chris Paul's impact on that team, on that organization, and what he's doing for that game. Because without Chris Paul, them niggas is ass. We've seen this before. Yeah, the bubble was only so much, my nigga. Now that you got a veteran point guard there now to stabilize the backcourt for Devin Booker and still set up DeAndre Ayton at the same time and have a reliable 15-foot mid-range jumper and it's the point guard, he's an all-star, my nigga. He's performing. He's doing what you brought him there to do. You know what I'm saying? You're not putting Devin Booker in there over Stephen Curry, over Donovan Mitchell, over Damian Lillard, you know what I'm saying, over Luka Doncic. You're not doing that. So I get motherfuckers love Devin Booker and this game is top notch, but you have to understand, bro, the Western Conference is stacked, my nigga. Think about the players that didn't even get in the motherfucking All-Star game. Think about all the niggas that didn't get in the motherfucking All-Star game this year on the Western Conference. So I get Devin Booker, motherfuckers thought he should have been an automatic shoe in, but it's like, bro, who are you taking out? You know what I'm saying? You gonna take Zion out the motherfucking out the All-Star game? Yeah, the Pelicans' record might not be that good, but when you look at Zion Williamson, you need that nigga in the All-Star game. That nigga's clearly the future. I'm talking about, he's unstoppable. New Orleans is losing, not because of that nigga. That nigga putting up 30 points, missing 2 shots a game. Like, I still get baffled watching Zion, my nigga. Like, he started off a little bit slow, but now I'm actually watching this nigga, and you start seeing him knocking over grown-ass men. You see what he did to Tristan Thompson, my nigga? Like, it's just certain shit. It's like, wow, like, this little nigga's only 20 years old, 285 pounds doing the shit he's doing. It's crazy. Defense and shit is suspect. We all knew that shit was going to be suspect. But offensively, that nigga's unguardable. He's unguardable. You need him in the All-Star game. If there's not going to be a rookie and sophomores challenge, yeah, put that nigga in the All-Star game. Put him with the big dogs. I need to see LeBron throw that nigga alley-oop. That's what the NBA want. That's the picture NBA want. Just how they got the Kobe Bryant and Michael Jordan montage they always show. Yeah. They want the LeBron James and Zion montage. They want to see Zion bumping up against LeBron, guarding LeBron and shit like that. They want that moment. The NBA is a TV show, man. They want that moment. You don't get that moment just getting Devin Booker in there. Yeah, Devin Booker, you get in there and AD ain't playing. Yeah, when AD announced that he really ain't playing, we're going to call you up, my nigga. You'll get the news last. It is what it is. You'll still be there. It's the same way D'Angelo Russell got in, bro. Niggas still call him an all-star. So it's going to be the same shit on your resume, bro. But looking at the roster, of course, looking at the roster for the East, you got Kevin Durant, Giannis Antetokounmpo, Bradley Beal, Joel Embiid, Kyrie Irving. That's the starting lineup. Then you got Jaylen Brown, James Harden, Zach LaVine, Julius Randle. Big shouts out to Julius Randle, by the way, for being an all-star, first-time all-star. That's a nod to the Lakers. That's a nod to the Lakers general management for drafting. They drafted D'Angelo Russell, Brandon Ingram, and motherfucking me, Julius Randle. And 3 back-to-back years, they all became future all-stars, man. It's unfortunate they couldn't do that shit in Los Angeles, but LA the market not for everybody, man. It truly ain't. Julius was probably the only one who really showed true flashes while he was in the Laker uniform. Ben Simmons, Jason Tatum, and Nikola Vucevic wrap up the Eastern Conference all-star team. It's a decent team, but like I was telling motherfuckers, all the talent is really in the Western Conference, bro. Like after you stop naming James Harden, Jason Tatum, Burley, Kyrie Irving, and Kevin Durant, and Joel Embiid, you ain't really talking about shit. Giannis, he borderline because niggas know he can't do shit in the playoffs. But when you come to this Western Conference, bro, this shit just stacked. This shit is top 2. This is why I say Devin Booker has a hard time making the fucking roster, bro. Look at this lineup. You got LeBron James, Stephen Curry, Luka Doncic, Nikola Jokic, and Kawhi Leonard as your starting 5, my nigga. That's you don't even have you only have one traditional backcourt person. Everybody else is big as fuck. Then the reserves go from fucking Anthony Davis, Paul George, Rudy Gobert, Damian Lillard, Donovan Mitchell, Chris Paul, Zion Williamson, and then, like I said, they put Devin Booker in there to replace Anthony Davis. Like I said, that's the perfect fucking lineup. You got hella people in the Western Conference, bro. It's hella niggas in the Western Conference that's out there eating right now. You look at sheer numbers. It's niggas out there eating that Western Conference. They have every argument that Devin Booker had. But it's just Devin Booker deserves it, but just not over the fucking first 14 niggas I named on the list. You know what I'm saying? That's just truly what it was, man. I do think the All-Star game is gonna be pretty interesting, man. To see how they doing. They got the 3-point contest and the skills challenge right before, so it's gonna be an All-Star day, not an All-Star weekend. So I'm pretty interested to see how they gonna do it, man. Hopefully it's not too dramatic, to be honest with you. Before I wrap up with the NBA, man, I just want to say, man, there's been a lot of shit in the news about LeBron James' workload and his minutes and shit like that since Anthony Davis been out, and how LeBron hasn't missed a game and things like that. I see where people coming from on one hand because of, LeBron is in his 18th season, bro. He is getting older and shit like that. But I think people are forgetting who the fuck that man is, bro. That's not a normal human being, fam. That man is showing you he can do things that motherfuckers can't do at 23, and he's 36. You know what I'm saying? If there's one athlete I've ever seen that's giving me the confidence to believe in them and trust them with their body, it's LeBron James. He's the best athlete I've ever seen. And I think the stigma of the NBA, with the star players really missing a lot of games and resting and things like that over the last couple of years, I think that's really taken away and really blindsiding people of really appreciating LeBron James and what he's doing on a nightly basis, bro. Like, at a certain point in time, we had to look up and say, this nigga still give you 24, 7, and 7 on every night? Every night. Every night. Like, when he's gone, bro, niggas is going to miss that. Like, we so accustomed to that nigga doing it because he's been doing it for 18 straight years, fam. And I think the older he gets and you see the more emphasis that he's putting on playing every single game, because he knows that, this shit is come to the end sooner or later. So he's out there trying to get every fucking bucket he can. And as a fan of the game, bro, you just have to appreciate that shit, bro. I did it with Kobe. I seen Kobe coming back from an Achilles, my nigga. And was like, bro, I need to get every fucking minute I can. I can't do nothing but appreciate and respect that. And to see this nigga that hasn't gotten hurt, who's accepted his blessings and just trying to strike while the iron's hot, bro, I can't do nothing but respect that and just enjoy watching this shit. But I think the stigma of the NBA of watching all these niggas not really go hard, motherfuckers is not accepting that. Motherfuckers is calling for him to sit out games. Why are we calling for this nigga to sit out games? Like, that nigga, if LeBron say he good, that nigga's good. Like, people could be trying to compare him and Kobe. Like, Kobe stayed hurt, my nigga. Kobe just played through the injuries. Kobe always had an injury. Always. Kobe shit was always broke on his hands and shit like that. Kobe always banged his fucking knees and shit like that. But it's like, you don't got that with LeBron. So why are we talking about sitting this nigga the fuck down? Like, it just don't make any fucking sense, bro. It just really doesn't, bro. And I think a lot of times, man, people still be getting caught up and trying to, you know what I'm saying, talk about that man game like he in his 7th year or some shit. Like, he ain't accomplished shit yet. Like, niggas be talking about LeBron like that's not LeBron fucking James, fam. Niggas be real life critiquing LeBron James' game like they've seen niggas do shit LeBron ain't done. Like, you really can't name shit on that hardwood floor that you've seen that LeBron James hasn't done. Like, just think about it. The nigga shooting from the logo now. You know what I'm saying? Like, niggas it's crazy to me, man. Like, I used to be big against LeBron James until that nigga started actually winning. Until he started succeeding and shit. Until that nigga started scratching off everything I said he couldn't do, he started scratching that shit off his list, bro. I can't say shit no more. Like, at a certain point in time, you just a fucking hater. And I ain't trying to be no hating ass nigga in my mid-20s. Like, I can't live my life like that. I can't do that shit. But moving on, man. That's just one of my piece on the NBA right now, man. The Brooklyn Nets is busting everybody's ass, man. Look, man. Everybody going crazy, man. Everybody's going crazy right now in Brooklyn, man. You got Kyrie dunking and shit like that. I still think it's a lot easier than when it's only 2 of them on the court, man, because they can still get up their shots. It's going to be a lot harder when all 3 of their asses on the court and they all got gel together and things like that. But when it's only just 2 of them niggas, no matter the combination, them niggas is a bucket, bro. And when it's all 3 of them niggas, you may have a better chance of beating them niggas because they're going to have to do a better job of bouncing out those shots and shit like that, because KD going to have to get all the shots for them niggas to really win, in my opinion. So I'm just banking on them niggas to have a chemistry mess up, to be honest with you. Unless if Lakers ain't healthy, I'm banking on niggas to have a chemistry mix up. If Lakers healthy, I don't give a fuck. We'll beat them niggas in 6. But moving on, man, I want to say shout out to Naomi Osaka, the tennis player. It was released by Forbes that she is the world's highest paid women's athlete. At such a young age, man. You seen her beat Serena Williams the other day. That's the future, you know what I'm saying? That is Serena Williams' legacy, you know what I'm saying? Serena Williams left a huge impact on the game to where Naomi Osaka, who grew up idolizing Serena Williams, is now beating her and now taking on the torch and running with that motherfucker. For her becoming the highest paid women's athlete at such a young age, man, you can't do nothing but salute that shit, man. We do it for all the men. We gotta do it for the women as well, man. While we sticking with sports, man, I want to get to Herschel Walker, man. I'm gonna be honest, I don't know that much about Herschel Walker. He was pretty much before my time, but you do know about the studs and sports history, and Herschel Walker was definitely one of those guys. As of late, you know, so I know Herschel Walker for being a Trump supporter. That's what I know Herschel for, pretty much, for being a Trump supporter. Herschel made some more news, you know what I'm saying, the other day, coming out talking about black people and reparations and shit like that. I pulled up a few quotes for you guys I want to read on here, and I want to give my piece on that before I wrap the podcast up here. Herschel Walker basically came out and said black people don't deserve reparations. Ain't no point of us getting us reparations. But I wanted to read this to you. He said, "We use black power to create white guilt." He said earlier in his opening statement, "My approach is biblical. How can I ask my heavenly Father to forgive me if I can't forgive my brother?" First of all, Herschel, fuck you and your biblical approach, because I want my reparations, bitch. I want my motherfucking me money. It's my money, and I need it now. Fuck everything you talking about. I want my stimmy, and I want my 40 acres and a motherfucking mule. But he also said, reparations, where does the money come from? He asked the White House Judiciary Committee and Subcommittee. He said, does it come from all other races except the black taxpayers? Who is black? What percentage of black must you be to receive reparations? Do you need to go to 23andMe or a DNA test to determine your percentage of blackness? I'll answer that again for you, Herschel. First of all, I don't give a fuck where the money come from. I don't give a fuck about that, Herschel. First of all, you can never trust a nigga named Herschel. When have you ever met a nigga named Herschel? Real shit. I'm not surprised Herschel don't think we should be getting reparations. The nigga name is Herschel. And he's from the South. Come on, man. You ever talking about a coon ass nigga if you ever seen one. But like I said, I don't give a fuck where the money comes from, Herschel. Who the fuck are you to speak for all black people? I've never wanted a motherfucking me horse this bad in my life. Give me my 40 acres and a mule. Give me my motherfucking horse, nigga. I want my money, I want my mule, and I want my stimmy, bitch. Give me everything. Herschel do not speak for me. Like I said, bro, I ain't never wanted a horse this bad in my motherfucking life. I don't know who the fuck Herschel thought he was. You can never trust a nigga named Herschel, man. You heard that first on the Until Further Notice podcast, man. You can never trust a nigga named Herschel ever in your motherfucking life. Moving on, man. Let's get into music, man. Bobby Shmurda is home. Freak Bobby Shmurda is home, man. He did 7 years, man. We talked about on past episodes that he was coming home. Bobby Shmurda came home to 4 plaques, man. He came on to 4 plaques due to his music. You love to see it, man. You love to see the reception he got when he came home. That's the energy you love to see, man, for a stand-up nigga like Bobby Shmurda, bro. I came on here on past episodes and I talked about how he took a longer fucking me sentence so his homeboy can get out a little bit shorter. Rowdy came home a few months ago. Now Bobby home. It's just a beautiful thing to see, man. The energy that he got, man. Somebody that didn't fold, that didn't snitch on his homeboys, that didn't do nothing. He just did his time like a man. You know what I'm saying? He did his time the right way. He did it the right way. Coming home the right way. Now he finna come home to the rap game with everybody welcoming him with open arms. You got Quavo picking him up on a jet and all that shit. Nigga coming home to a home cooked meal. You see the video of him hugging his mom after his first time seeing his mom in some years. So it's like that's the shit you love to see. You know what I'm saying? Fuck all that energy we was giving that rat ass nigga 6ix9ine. Fuck all that bullshit motherfuckers was giving him. That camera time and all that bullshit. Now fuck that. He trying to be relevant again, coming out with little videos and shit like that. Nah, fuck that. Leave that nigga where he's supposed to be. Niggas like that, they weed themselves out, man. They die out, man. You know what I'm saying? It's up to us to make sure we give niggas like Bobby Shmurda and Rowdy Rebel, niggas that didn't fold, that didn't succumb under pressure. We make sure we hold them niggas up to the highest degree that we can. The same way we was giving them other niggas that attention, we can give them same niggas that same attention. You know what I'm saying? When them niggas drop that song, go stream that shit. Them videos, go watch that shit on YouTube. Go do all that shit. Go support the real niggas like we was supporting the bullshit. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm gonna do. You know what I'm saying? So that's the only thing I can say for y'all. But you love to see it, bro. You really love to see everybody welcome them back with open arms, man. See him and Rowdy back home. You just love to see that shit. You love to see that energy back in New York, especially for New York rap, man. It's fucked up because with Rowdy and Bobby home, man, you just wish that Pop Smoke was around. I kind of feel like them three niggas right there could make some fire-ass music, bro, with the kind of scene, the rap scene that's going on in New York right now with the whole drill shit. That Bobby and Rowdy, they fit right into that shit. That shit was kind of being started with them a little bit, that energy and shit, with all them niggas going running crazy through Brooklyn and all that shit, and running crazy through New York and all that shit. So I think if Pop Smoke was around, it'd be a crazy-ass time right now in New York, especially with that movie coming out that Pop Smoke in. I think it would have just been a crazy energy in New York right now. I want to touch on the Playboy Cardi situation, man. You got niggas running down these rappers, man. I came here on past episodes and I told y'all about rappers being shot at, rappers being shot in the leg, Boosie and Benny the Butcher and things like that. You got niggas running down on Playboy Cardi, man. I talked about Playboy Cardi, you know what I'm saying, having incidents with Iggy Azalea on past episodes and shit like that. Him being bullied into being father and shit like that. But some nigga ran up on Playboy Cardi trying to record, trying to talk all hot and spicy with that nigga, man. And nigga Playboy Cardi, they say Playboy Cardi had the blicky on him, and eventually that nigga Playboy Cardi said he pistol whipped old boy. Allegedly. This is what Playboy said. Playboy Cardi said this shit. But that's just a prime example. When you see the video, bro, you love to see that shit. I went crazy when I seen that shit because that's the energy you love to see. Niggas can't be thinking they can just run up on niggas just because niggas are celebrities and they think they can get a lick and get a quick bag off a nigga with some money because he's got some type of name. Nah, nigga, you get fucked. You still get fucked up around here. So you love to see it, man. As sweet as I thought that nigga Playboy Cardi was, I thought Playboy Cardi was low key. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I thought that nigga was kind of sweet up under there. But to see that nigga walking around with the blicky and pistol whipping niggas that's running up on him, I let you know, bro. Everything ain't sweet as motherfuckers thought. Them Atlanta niggas got pistols for a reason. You know what I'm saying? They got pistols for a motherfucking reason, man. But moving on, man, to the movie of the week. It's not really a movie. It's pretty much a little docu-series on Netflix, man. It's called Crime Scene, The Vanishing Got Cecil Hotel. That shit pretty good, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's like a four-part docu-series on Netflix. It's shit pretty good, bro. I'm not even gonna fake it, bro. I encourage everybody to check that shit out, man. Moving on to my favorite segment of the podcast, man, the Love Thy Hero segment. This week's Love Thy Hero goes out to John David Washington. I discussed him a few times on this podcast in regards to the roles he's been going in, getting these last couple films with Malcolm and Marie and Tenet as well. The reason why I want to give him this week's Love Thy Hero, man, is because I can honestly see John David Washington taking huge strides and trying to become his own man. I think a lot of people don't know that he played in the NFL. He was on the Rams, I believe. And to see that he stepped into this acting world, and it's easy to say that's Denzel's son. At this point in time, you really can't say that about John David Washington, my nigga. He's putting in the work. He's putting in phenomenal movies. He's putting in phenomenal work as an actor. He's doing a damn thing as an actor right now. So as of right now, I think he's evolved into his own man as an actor, and so where motherfuckers got to really separate him from just being Denzel's son. And as somebody, like I told y'all on past episodes about my dad, you know what I'm saying? I feel like I'm chasing the ghost with my dad. That nigga was a legend to so many people. So I can kind of dig what John David Washington is doing, where he trying to step out and be his own man, still make his old man proud, but he want to become his own man and take on things the right way and be his own man and be successful at the same time. So as me seeing that in John David Washington, somebody that strives to do that, I can't do nothing but salute it. And I know there's plenty of other young African American men that feel the same way, man. So this week's Love Thy Hero goes out to John David Washington, man. Keep killing that shit in all those roles that you get, man. If you ever see this, man, I fuck with you, man. Real shit. Moving on to the positive segment of the week, man. I actually got two of them. The first one I seen, man, it was a clip from Jim Jones. He was out there, and it was a street being named after Fred the Godson, who was a rapper. I talked about on earlier episodes of the podcast. He had passed away due to COVID complications and things like that. And to see that he got a street named after him, it's a beautiful thing to see, man. I always feel like anytime somebody pass away and they get like a tribute or a mural or things or something like that, it's always beautiful to see because it shows you the impact that person had on the community and on the people around them. So I wanted to make sure I brought it up on the podcast and put that down as one of the positive segments of the week. The second positive segment of the week goes out to a female entrepreneur. Hopefully I pronounce his name right. I'm pretty sure I'm going to butcher it. A female entrepreneur, Nazabi Mati. She creates a company that transforms plastic waste into durable building bricks, almost 5 to 7 times stronger than concrete. That's fucking phenomenal, my nigga. I'm not going to lie to you. To build some shit from plastic waste that's durable enough, that's 5 to 7 times stronger than concrete, that's a fucking cash cow. That's a fucking cash cow, my nigga. So I wanted to make sure I came on her and brought it up on the podcast. And not only is she doing something to help build the community up, but she also just hit a fucking huge lick in creating something that's going to do wonders for the motherfucking world, I'm sure. I'm pretty sure that's going to be some shit that's used by everybody in the near future. Or at least her recipe. They're going to try to get her secret sauce to that shit. So I want to say, I want to come on the podcast and shout out to Nzambi Mati. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that name right. I'm pretty sure I'm butchering it. But I wanted to make sure I came on and mentioned that as one of the positive segments of the week. Moving on, man, before I wrap the podcast up, I see some interesting shit, man. I came on here to talk about the Kobe vaccine, you know what I'm saying, how it was a 2-dose shot and things like that. How you know me, I'm real hesitant in taking that shit. I told you my mom took that shit, so I'm watching her with a close scope and shit like that. It's a lot of motherfuckers taking that shit. It's a lot of motherfuckers still hesitant like me is taking that shit. But I seen something that didn't make me any more confident. I'm not any more confident because it was released that Johnson & Johnson, you know what I'm saying, they have a single shot vaccine that's being endorsed by the FDA. So you mean tell me the Lotion Brothers is going to be solving COVID now? Get the fuck out of here, man. I'd rather take my chances, man. Not the shit that niggas be using to beat they shit. Not the Johnson Brothers. Nah, the Johnson Brothers ain't finna solve COVID. And they got a one-shot cure? Okay. Okay. I see where this is going. But nah, man, on some real shit, man. I still encourage anybody, man, if you feel like you need to take the COVID vaccine, man, don't take my jokes and shit like that to heart. If you feel like that's something you need to do, man, by all means do that shit, man. I'm one of those people that I just need to see more. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that's a big step to take. And I'm just one of the people I need to do my research a little bit more, and I need to study a few more people that's close to me that I know when and got that shit first. Shit, man. I think that's all I got for you guys this week, man. Let me look on the docket, man. Yeah, that's all I got for you guys this week, man. Long episode, man. Good episode, man. 32 motherfucking weeks straight, man. We gonna keep this shit grinding, man. There's a lot of shit coming up. I got a lot of things planned for y'all, man. But the space gonna get bigger, man. The space gonna be a lot more creative. The backdrop gonna finally get how I want in the next couple of weeks, man. So I got a lot of things in store for you guys, man. But you know how I give it up every week, man. I want to say shout out to everybody supporting the podcast on all platforms, man. Like I said at the top of the show, man. No matter how you listen to the podcast, man, you doing it on the audio version or you just watching on YouTube, man. No matter how you listen to the podcast, no matter how you support me, man, I truly appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? Thank you for tapping in each and every week, man. Thank you for everybody that's tapped in, joining the conversation. It's been since day one. Let's keep building this motherfucking me empire, man. Make sure to subscribe, rate, and review on all platforms. Subscribe to the YouTube channel, man. Let's keep this shit going, man. Rate the podcast wherever you can. You know, we give it up on this side, man. It's all love these ways. Never let them sidetrack you with the bullshit, man. They do that shit every motherfucking day. They trying to get you. You know what I'm saying? Stay safe, stay sharp, stay sane. And I'll holler at y'all next week, man. I'm out. Peace.